Hello guys, welcome back to Habitual Crypto. My name's Dan, and here on the channel we like to make good habits in trading. So if you like trading cryptocurrencies and finding the best strategies to do so, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We'll look at the chart here, and then we have some quick news articles for you guys. We'll also take a look at Ethereum, Bitcoin dominance, and one altcoin that I think is looking great today. Um, and if you like the content, be sure to subscribe. But we also stream every Monday through Thursday from 1:30 p.m. Eastern to 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And we during the live streams we'll be taking a look at any altcoins you guys want charted out. Everything is totally free on this channel. Be sure to check out and subscribe to my Twitter account at Habitual Crypto. um, and we'll also be putting out daily TikTok videos and daily content on Twitter and YouTube every morning. um, so with that, let's jump into the Bitcoin chart. This is the Bitcoin chart on the daily here. And so long term, what I see with Bitcoin, I do believe the bottom is in. If we go any lower, I think you need to have your bids already put in place, your buy orders already in place, because I think it will be a quick wick down, possibly to 28,000. I think the absolute lowest would be 27,000. And like I said, I think that will be a wick that goes down there and gets bought up very, very quickly, where we may be down there an hour tops before getting back up above 30K. Um, and I'm not even sure that's going to happen at this point. I said I think we're going to range here for a couple, 1 to 2 months since May 19th when we first crashed. So we've almost been in this range for a month here. On in the gray square here, you see this range basically from 30 to 40K. Um, though it has been a nice weekend for Bitcoin, I do think we will probably, keep ranging in here for a couple more weeks before we break 42,000, which is really the key indicator here. I can also turn on the 200 daily, and if we zoom in here, you can see this yellow line. We have been hitting resistance here. So this is a big resistance for us. Breaking that is the first major step we need to take for Bitcoin to continue this bull run. So, I've talked about what I think will happen in the next couple weeks, but long term I do believe we will see another final phase for this bull run where Bitcoin does reach new all-time highs. I do believe we will break 100K, and I think we'll probably have a parabolic top somewhere between 150,000 and 250,000 for Bitcoin. So that's what I think will happen. In the very short term, if we go to the hourly, I did post this on Twitter. We are, forming a symmetrical triangle here, and there is some bullish divergence. If you see here, we have higher lows happening on the hourly and lower lows on the RSI. So there is some bullish divergence there. So we'll see if this plays out. We might be able to break the 200-day moving average. But then again, this is, take it with a grain of salt. It is on the hourly, and you know we might just get rejected again on the 200-day moving average, which is right around 41,000. So that's what I see on Bitcoin. If we jump to Ethereum, let's go to the daily here. And on the daily, Ethereum's been holding up very nicely. We did have a couple wicks below this major support area, right around 2300. But since then, we have been staying above this fib level for the past couple weeks, right around 2200, and which is the blue lines here are the fib levels, and we've been hitting some major resistance right around 2900, which is that white line there. So we are in an uptrend still, making making higher lows at least. And we'll see if this breaks. Then I expect we come back down to about 2200 if it breaks bearish. Otherwise, we're kind of just ranging in between, 2900 and 2200 on the daily. Short term, if we can break this fib level, I expect we'll go and test 2900 again. And this fib level is right around 2650. Otherwise, we're kind of forming this ascending triangle again on the very short term. If we go to the 1 hour here, and just zoom out a little bit. Yeah, we're basically forming, an ascending triangle here, bouncing off 2650 and this upward trend line. So these are the two charts I would take a look at. All of these charts will be accessible to you this week for free, and I will be posting the links for those on my YouTube bio and Twitter within the next couple days. And yeah, with that, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. This is if you're invested in altcoins or allocated to altcoins, this is what I would be focused on. Basically, let's go to the 4 hour here. If you have been invested in altcoins since January, you've probably seen nice gains, at least against Bitcoin. We've been dropping from 73% Bitcoin dominance. We dropped all the way down to 40% Bitcoin dominance. And I would say Bitcoin dominance is due some sort of relief rally. We did have this big spike when Bitcoin first capitulated, and now we've seen a higher low after the higher high, and now we're heading back up again. I'm expecting us to hit at least 50% Bitcoin dominance, anywhere from 50% to 57%, I think is possible, and it kind of depends on the how high Bitcoin goes and how fast it goes. Basically, from September to January, September 2020 to January 2021, this is when Bitcoin went from 10,000 to 40,000. And during this time, Bitcoin outpaced most altcoins. And you were better off really being in Bitcoin at that time. Since January, most altcoins have outpaced Bitcoin. So I'm expecting that rotation to happen again. Now Bitcoin has the ball, and I think it's best to be allocated into Bitcoin. Yes, some altcoins will do better, but it's not gonna be the whole altcoin market. It's going to be individual ones doing better on certain days. So the less risky play would be to be allocated to Bitcoin for the time being, until we see I think this will have some decent spikes up, and I think we will get into the 50s here. at some point, I think that will turn around, and then altcoins will take the reins again, and we will make a lower low than 40% on Bitcoin dominance. So until then, I'm going to stay pretty much allocated mainly to Bitcoin. And once we see some confirmation that's flipping back down, then I'll start allocating back to some altcoins like Ethereum, and some of the major plays. Because remember, the money does rotate from cash to Bitcoin, then to the large caps, mid caps, small caps. That's normally the rotation. Um, and Besides Ethereum kind of having its time towards the end of uh, this downtrend. Um, Besides that, that rotation was pretty much what happened. Ethereum kind of lagged behind everything and then caught fire at the end of this downtrend. So, um, yeah, but we'll keep an eye on this. It does still need to make a higher high. Otherwise, we'll be forming an equilibrium here, and probably have to wait to see if which way it breaks. Um, my altcoin for the day is iExec RLC, and this is the Bitcoin chart here, and it did have a very nice 24 hours. So I'm not telling anyone to jump right into this, but we did break a major downtrend supply line here. So you can see as soon as we broke this, we had a nice pump up here. But we are, having a slight retracement. But if it's able to kind of hold here, I'm expecting, I think there's a good chance this downtrend will change, because we did touch the bottom of some serious consolidation historically. So back here in May, right before RLC really took off, and I mean it made it, you know, 200 to 250% gains on Bitcoin in just about a couple days. So I don't want to miss that if it happens again. But yeah, this I feel like is a lower risk, high reward play here, and that's why I'm picking it for today. Keep in mind it is up about 16% since 8 o'clock last night, and but it is having a slight retracement, and if anything happens like this, we might have more legs up here. So I just wanted to keep an eye on. I really like how this looks. So that's RLC. And let's get right into the news for today. So this is from Cointelegraph. Within 5 years, U.S. hedge funds expect to hold 10.6% of assets in crypto. Anybody worried about a bear market? The fundamentals could not be more bullish for crypto. It seems like every day, nice big macro news for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole is coming out. The adoption is here. So this is saying within 5 years, North American hedge funds, 10.6% of their assets will be in crypto, whether that's Bitcoin, Ethereum, DeFi, a lot of plays. That's what they're expecting. And as far as Europe and the UK, they're expecting 6.8% of their assets in crypto within 5 years. That is not a lot of time. And that's a big percentage, in my opinion, of where, this is major growth, and this is the future of money. This is the future of finance, and you're still early to the game, in my opinion. So I thought that was really good, and yeah, I don't see crypto dying off anytime soon. I think it is the future, and I think you are still early if you're getting into it. Um, there has been news of, if you follow any TA, you've probably heard of the death cross that's looming for Bitcoin. Um, and basically, that's when the 50-day and the 200-day moving averages cross. And most likely, we are going to see that cross happen. Um, and it's going to stoke a lot of fear. I'm, you know, I'm kind of neutral on it at this point. Uh, it is good to keep in mind that when that cross normally happens, most of the decline, most of the downtrend has already taken place before the cross happens. So, and one instance to take a look at is, let me see here, back here in, you can see after the last bull run, we did have a death cross and we did go down more, but the major losses had already taken place before that crossed. Um, and there are some, instances where it could act as a buy signal. A lot of people have been comparing this recent dip to the capitulation we saw back in March 2020. And if you see here, we did have um, the cross happen, and it really just brought more, that the bottom had already taken place at that point, and we went from when that cross happened, we were around 6,500, and that was really the start of the bull run. That's when we hit 3,500 and went up from there. So that's one instance where the death cross didn't see any uh, any negative effect at all. In fact, it was the start of the bull run, where we went from 3,500 up to 65,000. So yeah, in a matter of like a year and a couple months. So it's not always a bad thing, and I'm not saying, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you guys anything, but I do believe the bottom is already in. So the death cross may mean nothing at this point. In fact, a lot of big investors might invest on the fear of it. Um, so that's just something to keep in mind. More macro news, micro strategies. Michael Saylor, he's at it again. They're filing with the SEC to sell $1 billion worth of its stock for general purposes. And most people believe a lot of the general purposes mean they might be buying more Bitcoin with it. So, he's just, at what point is this guy crazy? He's just buying as much Bitcoin as he possibly can, and he has a conviction. So I don't think it's a bad thing, because I believe in Bitcoin as well. Mark Cuban says banks should be scared of cryptocurrency based DeFi, and I agree with him. A lot of DeFi, the main ones are Aave, Compound, and Maker. where basically you can borrow, you can take loans out, you can be the lender, and everything is run on DAOs, which are decentralized autonomous organizations. So basically, instead of a bank, you have, basically these organizations that most of the time where the token holders create or the token holders control, can vote on what happens with upgrades and any protocols that happen within the project. So there's no central bankers controlling everything that could corrupt the system. So yes, there's a lot of risk involved because there's not really much regulation right now. It all runs on smart contracts, but there's also pretty much no corruption involved either. And when the mainstream starts to figure out they can be making a lot more interest on their money with these decentralized finance, I think it's going to catch fire pretty fast. And if you're not a bank helping people do that, helping people learn, and if you don't become the customer service for that kind of thing, you're going to fail, I believe. It may take some time, but I think it will happen faster than people think. And if you're not helping your customer base learn this stuff, they will find other ways to learn it, and you will lose their business. So that's my opinion. It's a different generation now. This may not have happened, in the past, but the younger generation, they don't have much trust in the banks, and they're much more tech savvy. So they're going to, do what's best for them. And though it may be a little bit more risky, there's a lot more to gain. So that's what I think about that. And I have one quick video for you guys. If you haven't seen it yet, it's Paul Tudor Jones on CNBC. And this happened yesterday. And I don't think it could be more bullish for a billionaire investor like him with the reputation he has to be talking about Bitcoin like this.
Bitcoin, listen, I like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is math, and math has been around for thousands of years, and 2 plus 2 is going to equal 4, and it will for the next 2,000 years. So I like the idea of investing in something that's reliable, consistent, honest, and 100% certain. So Bitcoin has appealed to me because it's a way for me to invest in certainty, where, again, I look at the difference between the Fed of 2013, the Fed of 2021. I'm going, how can this, do I want to have faith necessarily? I look at the difference between Trump and Biden. Do I want to have faith in that same reliability and consistency of human nature and the linear nature of human nature, which we know is anything but that?
You like Bitcoin at these prices?
Listen.
You got in at about 10,000?
I like Bitcoin as a portfolio diversifier. Everyone always asks me, what should I do with my portfolio? My employees say, I say, okay, listen, the only thing that I know for certain is I want to have 5% in gold, 5% in Bitcoin, 5% in cash, 5% in commodities at this point in time. I don't know what I want to do with the other 80%. I want to wait and see what the Fed's going to do, because what they do will have a big impact.
Let me ask you about certainty when it relates to Bitcoin. I mean, look at what Elon...
So yeah, guys, that's what I'm thinking for today. And I will have daily YouTube videos Monday through Thursday. And I'll also be live streaming and charting out any altcoins you guys are interested in. Monday through Thursday from 1:30 p.m. Eastern to 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And again, if you like the content, please give me a subscribe, a like, comment on the video, and I will get these quick updates for you out as often as I can. Go follow me on Twitter at Habitual Crypto, and on TikTok at Habitual Crypto, and there'll be some content on there as well. All right, guys. I will see you next time.